Hello friends, welcome to youtube.com/Dr. Vet channel. In this channel we are presenting lectures in veterinary science and animal husbandry. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor Head. In this presentation we will discuss laryngitis in animals. We have already seen part 1 and part 2. Here we see part 3. In this we discuss detail about diagnosis and treatment aspect of important disease laryngitis in animals. This is an important respiratory disease. Friends, we discuss here diagnosis of laryngitis. History is important because when the animal is presented at the clinics, the animal may not show full symptoms. So history is important. We have already seen the detailed science of clinical science that can ease you for the diagnosis, such as coughing, change in voice, narrowing of the respiratory passage, respiratory sound, common signs. There is no difficulty in diagnosis of laryngitis. Further, from external palpation of the larynx, when light pressure is given on the larynx, it will magnify the stridor on pressures because already narrowing of the passage is there, but by pressure we are causing little bit more pressure and a narrowing of the passage of the air. Because of the narrowing of the passage of the air, there is a dyspnea. Dyspnea depends upon the narrowing of the passage. If more narrowing, more dyspnea. On pressure on the larynx, it will induce cough. This is most diagnostic. Further confirmation by auscultation of the laryngeal regions. So clearly clinician can hear a loud inspiratory sound because air has to pass forcefully through narrow opening. So it produces a vibrating sound, stridor. So that is the diagnostic. So auscultation is important for diagnosis. Continuation of the diagnosis. Laryngoscopy by an instrument. Clinician can see the internal structure and the mucous membrane of the larynx. And this laryngoscopy is important for the confirmation of laryngitis because clinician can see directly the mucous membrane or any pathology in the larynx. There is hyperemia, edema, if there is a growth, presence of mucus. These are the signs of laryngitis. Other aiding diagnosis techniques are radiography, ultrasonographic procedure. Generally, laryngitis is due to bacterial infection. So, if the clinician give broad spectrum antibiotic course and if the improvement is observed, this is also a diagnosis of response to treatment is also a diagnostic. Now coming to the last part of the laryngitis, important part, treatment. For the conveniency, we have divided the treatment in various subgroups. General treatment, specific treatment according to the etiology, symptomatic treatment, treatment according to the symptoms, supportive treatment that gives the quality of life to the animal, and if there is special treatment required, it is a special treatment. We will discuss each of these one by one. Friends, here we discuss general treatment. Laryngeal disorders require urgent treatment on emergency basis. Early diagnosis is very important and prompt proper treatment is required because there is only one narrow passage for the respiration. If it is further narrowed, then there may be a complication of dyspnea, asphyxia, hypoxia, anoxia, collapse, or convert the case into chronic laryngitis. So early diagnosis and prompt treatment is necessary to avoid complications. Watchful drenching is required, especially avoid drenching in large animals because it may cause aspiration pneumonia. So to prevent asphyxia, careful drenching is required. Continuation of general treatment. We have seen many predisposing factors in the etiological section. All these predisposing factors should be avoided or prevented. The house of the animal or dog must be well ventilated, protect the animal from very severe cold. The house must be hygienic and comfortable. Especially avoid dust, dirt, irritating gas or smoke. Otherwise, it will initiate the dyspnea and coughing. Special attention is required during intubation, passing of probing for stomach because it should be watchful and careful to avoid the minimum exertion and minimum damage to the mucous membrane of the larynx. Now we see here specific treatment. Specific treatment means treatment of specific etiology. In the etiology section we have seen many viral diseases, bacterial diseases and other causes. For viral disease there is no treatment. Early identification and treatment of primary disease is important. If diagnosis is proper, then etiological treatment definitely gave a prompt cure. For a bacterial disease, give the systemic antibiotics. Bacterial infection controlled with antibiotics or sulfonamide. Also, the antibiotics are required to prevent the secondary bacterial infection. Laryngitis are mostly due to bacterial infection. Symptomatic treatment means according to the symptoms. Generally, non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs and corticosteroids are required because the corticosteroid reduces the inflammatory swelling of the laryngitis and it will keep the narrowing passage little bit wide, so it is useful. If too much cough and dry cough, then sedative experimental cough syrup should be given to suppress a dry, harsh cough. Diuretic drugs, especially furosemide, is also indicated to reduce laryngeal edema and pulmonary edema. So it may relieve from dyspnea and hypoxia. If there is severe dyspnea, severe narrowing of the passage and case become very critical, pass tracheotomy tube that will help to relieve and ease the respiration. Supportive treatment is necessary. It is nothing but it is a soothing measure. Supportive treatment speed up recovery and give comfort to the animal. So animal feel a better quality of life. Inhalation of humidified air gives more comfort to the animal. Animals should be confined in a warm place. The environment must be clean and hygienic. Need not to say feeding of a soft, liquid, palatable, nutritious diet because hard food may cause irritation and may induce further cough and dyspnea. So, feeding of soft, liquid food and palatable and nutritious. Continuation of the supported treatment, inhalation of medicated vapor, take a warm water in a bucket, add few drops of tincture benzoin, eucalyptus oil or any other medicated vapor that is helpful to relieve the laryngitis. Cover the head of the animal with cloths so that warm medicated vapor enter into the larynx and pass through larynx. So it will give relief to some extent. In inaptitude cases, it is advisable to give fluids, especially dextrosaline intravenously. In chronic laryngitis, it is recommended to give general tonics, vitamin B complex and liver extracts that makes the animal more vital and recovery. Some cases require special treatment. For example, if there is lodging of foreign bodies, grass avans, or any other thing that lodge into the larynx, it requires removal. Untreated animal with marked obstruction leads to dyspnea, hypoxia, anoxia, and collapse. It is important to relieve the animal from laryngeal obstruction to establish the airway patency. Passage of pliable tube through the glottis help to ease the respiration. Friends, we discuss here special treatment. If there is critical obstruction, either the obstruction should be relieved or place immediate tracheotomy tube to relieve from hypoxia. If there are granulation tissue, it requires surgical resection. If there is subtotal arytenoid operation, that is an effective surgical procedure for laryngeal chondropathy of horses. So that subtotal arytenoidectomy is essential if there is laryngeal chondropathy. Friends, we have discussed here the last part, diagnosis and treatment of laryngitis. Requested to share this information to veterinarians and veterinary students to provide the animal services. Subscribe the channel to promote the channel. If you like, press like button. Thank you very much for observing this video.